Help us share resources for victims and survivors.
Learn more today.
This is Eyewitness News with live breaking news.
Breaking news at 6 regarding the war in Ukraine. As the United States bans even more Russian imports, that country ramps up attacks, even kidnapping a mayor. And the newly imposed changes to Russian imports are affecting businesses here in our area. And it's happened again. A woman lost money to scammers while using a popular app, but Eyewitness News helped her get it back. How you could help prevent becoming the next victim. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ellen Leyva. David Ono's off, and you're watching Eyewitness News at 6, live on ABC 7, Hulu Live, and wherever you stream. So tonight, Russian forces continue their advance on Kyiv. 2 weeks and 2 days into the invasion, a siege on the capital city could be imminent. Meanwhile, in other parts of the country, the humanitarian crisis is only getting worse. Eyewitness News reporter Christian Cordero is live now with all the latest developments.
It's only getting worse, Ellen, and it's hard to fathom as it is. Yeah, good evening to you. So the ceasefires have been unreliable in parts of the country, and the West has so far responded with sanction after sanction affecting the Russian people. President Vladimir Putin, though, has been fixed on continuing its attack on Ukraine, and with the chemical biological threats now, the calculation intensifies far beyond Ukraine.
The relentless attack, particularly in Ukraine's port city of Mariupol, has left many of its people with no power, no water, and nonstop shelling. Its mayor says just days ago, all they wanted was a proper ceasefire to allow for evacuations.
But today and yesterday, their best wish is to find some food and water.
Melitopol, slightly west, has been under Russian occupation since the first days of the invasion. But today, an advisor to President Volodymyr Zelensky claims this video shows its mayor kidnapped from his office by a large group of heavily armed Russian soldiers. President Zelensky took the capture as a sign of weakness, suggesting the Kremlin is getting frustrated that Ukraine still stands. A senior U.S. official estimates as much as 1/5 of the Russian force is now inoperable, meaning they're either dead, injured, or don't have what they need to move forward. Yet troops on the ground are still intent on surrounding the capital city, with the U.S. getting reports that the Russians are starting to bring in chem biosuits to Ukraine. The Kremlin has accused the U.S. and Ukraine of working together for a possible chemical attack, which U.S. officials were quick to label a false flag.
I will say this once. Ukraine does not have a biological weapons program. There are no Ukrainian biological weapons laboratories supported by the United States, not near Russia's border or anywhere.
President Joe Biden today said the U.S. is now revoking Russia's permanent normal trade relations status, banning imports like Russian seafood, vodka, and diamonds, and raising tariffs on some imports from 3% to more than 30%.
Putin is an aggressor. He is the aggressor, and Putin must pay the price.
The price so far has most immediately impacted the Russian people, while more than 2 million Ukrainian people have escaped. Warsaw, Poland, has taken in 200,000 of the refugees, and officials there say they are unable to accept any more. This is a sports center, and for now, a place to stay.
The tanks are going to started to fire from the bridge at 10 a.m. So we got back our stuff and get away as far as we can, because we was very afraid that someone or something can shoot us.
U.S. officials have urged Americans to donate to aid groups or Ukrainian institutions rather than going to the country to fight. And today, the State Department went even further in warning Americans of the risks of joining the war. Spokesperson Ned Price said Russia plans to treat foreign fighters as mercenaries, adding that they expect Russia to, of course, follow the law of war, but that this adds a higher chance of mistreatment. Ellen?
Such a tough situation. Christian, thank you. As the U.S. puts more economic pressure on Russia, it is now banning imports of a long list of products, including caviar and vodka. Orange County reporter Jessica Danova takes a look at the impact on U.S. businesses that rely on sales of Russian products.
So all this probably we will not see for a while, but information is changing all the time.
The latest of these changes to U.S.-Russia relations affecting this business owner and others in
importing goods from Russia came Friday. President Biden announcing increased economic pressure on Putin, the U.S. and its allies taking steps to deny most favored nation status known as Permanent Normal Trade Relations, or PNTR.
Revoking PNTR for Russia is going to make it harder for Russia to do business with the United States.
So this is basically saying Russian buckwheat.
The owner of European Delights Gourmet Foods says 30% of her stock here comes from Russia, mostly candies, but also dried fish and caviar. Along with vodka and diamonds, the U.S. will abandon seafood imports from Russia.
But we have amazing supplements from Canada and from Alaska, so that we'll be focusing on. So I guess we'll have to be adapting to new life, new reality.
Goods from Ukraine also sold here are harder to come by, but Lisa Harvey says her focus continues on helping Ukrainians.